There are 3 pieces of equipment that I use as a videographer to help me effectively tell a story. Over the last few weeks, we've gone through the basics of storytelling, from the elements to shot types to everything in between. Be sure to go back and watch the other videos in this series so you know what I'm referring to as we discuss equipment. Hey, I'm Jen. I'm a family filmmaker and photographer, and I'm here to teach you, photographer, how to add video services to your photography business. Here are the 5 pieces of equipment that I use every time I go into a client's home and how each helps me. Any links mentioned in this video can be found in the video description below. A little background before I tell you about my favorite storytelling equipment. I started my career as a photographer and did it exclusively for 10 years before deciding to learn video. When I did, I had to invest in some equipment that I didn't already have. As a family filmmaker, I go into families' homes and capture what their everyday life looks like and sounds like. When telling the story of a family, I rely heavily on audio. Because it's a day in the life film, I like to include the family talking, having conversations, and the general din of the background noises that happen for a family on an everyday basis.
Can I put it in my apple?
No, I know it sprinkles in your apple juice.
It would be really good if I did it.
All right, sis, where should we put your pancake? You want Mama put sprinkles on there, or you got it?
Got it.
This audio helps me to tell a story because the dialogue helps give insights to the characters, the background noise lends itself to the setting, and both help give the film a plot of sorts. Now, I know there's not a pre-planned plot per se, but it helps give life to the activities the family does and can lend itself to the order of events. To do so, I use 3 audio recording devices. Let's start there. Anyone who has worked in video and uses audio knows that the quality of the audio is essential. I'll first talk about my on-camera boom mic. This is the Rode Mini boom mic that goes right on top of a camera. It plugs in and it records audio right with the video clip. It's a huge upgrade from the audio that comes directly out of the camera. A boom mic is designed to help pick up any audio that's happening directly in front of it. It is going to get a little bit of that ambient audio from the sides, but mostly it's going to pick up what I am pointing it at, which means that as I'm filming a family, wherever the camera is pointing, which is typically toward the family, we'll be picking up that audio, which is the audio that I want. It's the conversations, it's the giggles and the laughs and the snuggles. It's all of the noises that go along with that. That's the audio I want to pick up. This is called a dead cat. It goes on the end to help with wind, should you be in a situation where there's wind. I honestly just leave it on even if I'm inside. It just helps a little bit with keeping any weird rustling noises that might be external from entering the mic. This boom mic in particular is pretty inexpensive, which means that's great for if you're just beginning, you're not quite sure, if you want to be doing video forever and you're not wanting to invest in a ton of equipment. This is a great boom mic. The audio that the camera itself picks up is pretty terrible. However, the audio that this picks up is a vast improvement over just having the camera audio. So I highly recommend investing in some sort of on-camera boom. The next piece of audio equipment that I'll talk about is my handy Zoom H5. This microphone is a constant microphone that you can put within a scene. It's not connected to my camera at all, so it's not relying on me having the record button on my camera pushed in order for it to work. So it's going to be picking up any conversations, any ambient audio, so that I have a constant stream of what's going on in the background for my families, regardless of what I'm shooting at that moment and regardless of if the record button is hit or not. Highly recommend having something similar to this. There are other options. One I know that Sony makes, that's great, that's pretty small, but try to have something that you can always get the ambient audio and have a constant feed of that audio, regardless of where you are. Now, the reason that I like this one too is because it does have ports in the bottom where I can plug into a system. Should I be filming an event and they have a main sound system, I can tap into the very expensive audio equipment that the DJ or the event coordinator has. Why would I not take advantage of their super expensive audio equipment and just plug in to their central line? So I've done this for events where there might be speeches or where there might be a central speaker, and I really want to get quality audio of that speaker. The third piece of audio equipment that I cannot live without and that I always bring to a family film are these lavalier mics. This is the Tascam DR10L. I can clip this to my client's shirt and then I can hide this box somewhere and it will pick up clean audio. I use this if I'm interviewing a child or if I'm having a parent maybe read a letter that I'm going to use as overlay in my edit. This will record really clean, clear audio because it is very close to where the talking is happening. I'm actually using it right now for this YouTube video. Now this, just like the Zoom mic, does not rely on your camera being on. This does not connect to your camera's audio. What it does is it's going to record directly into this little box. It has a micro SD card, and on that micro SD card, you will load your audio file into your editing software, which you can sync up later. But the reason that I like having a separate audio file is because sometimes the connection between your camera and between whatever little box, the transmitter that goes along with the lavalier, it can fail or there can be static between it. These have been extremely reliable. I think the audio quality that comes out of them is great, and I highly, highly recommend these. They do come in white as well for if you are a wedding videographer and you want a white option for perhaps a bride or somebody who has a white suit. Next, I'm gonna tell you about the lens that I cannot live without that helps me capture all of the shots from wide setting establishing shots to close-up detail shots. But before I do, please like this video and comment telling me your favorite piece of equipment. I shoot with the Nikon Z7 II at the moment. The lens that I cannot live without is none other than the Nikon Nikkor 28-75 2.8 made for Z cameras. Now the more popular option is the 24-70 2.8, but the 28-75 was about $1,000 less when I was looking to invest, and at the time my budget allowed for that lens. And now, to be honest, the extra 4mm doesn't really make a difference to me from 24 to 28. I have not had a problem with it at all. I already own the 24-70 for my F-mount Nikon DSLR, and if I really needed to, I could use the Z-mount adapter. Having the 28-75, a Z-mount lens, helps me keep my setup light. As for storytelling, the versatility of this lens ensures that each scene I can capture close-up, mid-range, and wide shots for each new scene, in turn helping me be able to piece together the story in an effective way in post-production. And I've had nothing but good things to say. I've been very impressed with this lens. I've linked to Nikon's webpage below with all of the specs. If you want to look at the technical everything for this particular lens, feel free. Lastly, I'm going to talk about a piece of equipment that I already owned as a photographer, and that is a strap. While any camera strap can help you to stabilize footage, the strap that I cannot live without is my Peak Design slide strap. The Peak Design slide strap, I've had this thing for probably 15 years and it's still holding up so well. Peak Design uses an anchor system, which allows me to easily remove the straps at any time. The length is adjustable. It's the easiest way that I have found. You just pull the tab and adjust the strap to where you'd like it and push it back down. If you want to learn more about the Peak Design strap and how I use it to stabilize my footage, I have an entire video on this. I will link it in the description below. Using a strap does help me get different camera angles that I need to convey the emotion, as we discussed in video 4 of this series. It also ensures that any movement that I make is smooth. Honorable mention, my post-production software, Adobe Premiere Pro. I don't know if that's really gear, but it is what we are going to talk about in the next coming videos when I show you how we're going to piece together a story in post-production. All of the gear that I mentioned today in this video can be found in the video description below. Be sure to check out the videos in the Storytelling for Non-Scripted Filmmakers series. Like this video, leave me a comment, and let me know any questions that you might have. I will see you in the next one.